Welcome to TV Burp. Geek teases wheelchair-bound invisible man on Gadget Geeks. Pants make a break for it on the hotel. And Ashley exposes himself to Marlon on Emmerdale.
I'm not sure what you want me to say.
Nothing. I want you to listen.
Jodie Marsh, Bodybuilder now, on up-and-coming channel DMAX. Where glamourpuss Jodie decides to turn herself into pure muscle. Of course, to be a successful bodybuilder, you've got to be the right colour, a sort of golden brown.
How many coats of this do you have on?
I normally put one coat on in the morning, then when I get to the show, I put another coat on top.
That's all very well, but you won't feel the benefit of them when you go out. Jodie embarked on a packed programme of exercises, guided by her trainer, Tim. I was surprised to see Susan Boyle at the gym, sneaking a look at Jodie as she trained.
Let's go. 2. 3.
After 416 gruelling hours in the gym, and having put the upset of last week behind.
It's not all about the training, though, no. Diet is important for bodybuilding, too. You have to avoid anything sugary, and you'd be surprised what foods contain a lot of sugar.
All sugary foods create fat, so everything from mustard to chocolate is banned.
Mustard, yeah, very sugary. In fact, sometimes I have one for pudding instead of a yoghurt. Yeah. Oh, that's sweet. No, Jodie's diet, stripped of all things sugary, is pretty boring.
Over about 30 hours, I've got to have 17 meals. Just seems like a lot of food and very boring food as well. I mean, who wants dry brown rice and an apple?
That's it, boy. Go on. Actually, horsey, you've got ever so muscly. Wild horses! Oh, war horse? War horse, am I right? Yeah. So what's the verdict on Jodie then, Tim?
You are looking from the back. You look brilliant.
Brilliant from the back, love. The good news is Jodie managed to take 5th place in the bodybuilding contest, and naturally all around her were thrilled.
Words don't describe how proud I am of what I've achieved in 8 weeks. Honestly, don't describe.
Well done, Jodie. Come here, well done, darling. Well done. Yeah, that's right. I don't know about you, but after you've been watching something like Jodie Marsh, you feel a bit dirty and long for a bit of culture. Well, look no further than Jonathan Meades on France. What are you talking about today, Johnny?
Colonial France had an exceptional quasi-Jesuit faith in the potency of environmental conditioning, in the efficacy of nurture, in the force of example, in the acquisition of traits through imitation, in a sort of cultural osmosis.
You done what?
Faith is, of course, a euphemism for gullibility. It positions itself beyond proof. Faith causes the existence of God and miracles and the predictive conjugation of magpies.
Say again.
There is no more reason to submit to a preposterous solicitation because it is born of faith, that is, of a reason, than if it is born of astigmatism or greed or inebriation.
What are you going on about? Mind you, I did enjoy his version of that old Police song.
Every coup, every mercenary force, every armour-plated car, every special advisor, every assassination, every Croesus-sized peculation, every training programme, every disappearance.
I'll be watching you. Wilder Heart is back on the box. Ellen Jamie, let me say ballet. Kings waiting for the Yes, Wild at Heart and Leopard's Den is back and open for business.
It's never dull, is it?
Well, it can be a bit dull. Yeah, but not this week. No, because there was some exciting news.
Great news. The fence pens are in stock. They're going to be delivered sometime this week.
Doesn't get any more thrilling than that. Top vet Danny Trevanion has teamed up with his rival Ed, but despite the new partnership, there's still a little bit of rivalry between the two camps.
Well, don't leave the poor thing in pain.
Hey! You missed.
Oh, I can be a bit short-sighted.
But it wouldn't be Wild at Heart without the animals.
Yeah, I think it's all OK here, Rosie. But we best get back. See if Ed needs a hand.
Hey, what's that?
Looks like a white-tailed mongoose stuck fast in the jackal-proofing.
A white-tailed mongoose.
They're pretty rare, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. This one looks like it's stuck fast in the jackal-proofing.
Yeah, I thought so. Which brings us to our I beg your pardon of the week.
I beg your pardon of the week.
All right, neighbor, little what y'all did us this morning.
I beg your pardon of the week.
Now, what's our old friend Heston Blumenthal up to?
I taught myself to cook. Over 20 years of obsessively experimenting in the kitchen and questioning everything to create my magical restaurant dishes. Now I'm going to share my secrets with you so you can cook like me at home.
No thanks, not interested. I'm quite happy cooking like my mum. Economy sausages in a cooking sauce, banana custard for pud, then a chewing gum to take the taste away. Good job Heston isn't the only cook on TV.
I'm Tom, and I'm a master baker.
I beg your pardon?
I'm Tom, and I'm a master baker.
Master baker? What? For a moment I thought you said... Well, anyway, that's the thing with cookery shows. Out of context, it's so easy to find innuendo.
Henry, have you got quick lesson in pork geography.
See what I mean?
And then, really carefully, put the pastry on, tease the bone through the hole.
That's enough! This was the fabulous Baker brothers, Tom and his brother Henry, who are experts in baking. Well, I don't know about you, but I've always fancied baking bread.
Add 200 millilitres of warm water and a pinch of salt. Then give it a mix.
200 millilitres of water, a pinch of salt and some flour. There we are. Put that all in there and give it a mix like that.
When it starts to come together into this kind of raggedy dough and all the wetness is combined, I can lose the scales, tip the dough out, and it's time to get kneading.
You tip the dough out and you start kneading. That's right there.
And unlike a white bread dough, this dough's really wet. Wetter the better.
The wetter the better, yeah. Oh, that's a bit too wet. I think we need some more. We need some more flour on that. Now it's gone too dry. We just need a bit more water. And, it's gone too wet again. We need some more flour on that. Oh, it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger.
You've got to get the energy into the dough, and it's that will make this super stretchy. If you can make your dough this stretchy, you're going to be good.
Get it off me! What happens next?
What you're going to need is one of these. This is a baking stone. You heat the stone as you heat your oven, and you need to get it super hot. And then as you tip the loaf directly onto the baking stone, you get oven spring, and that's where the loaf jumps up from the base of the oven.
Throw it down, and it should jump up. Right. I think I'll stick to my medium sliced. The boys weren't just baking bread. No, they had a little competition to see who could bake the best pie.
Go on then, Tom, let's have a look.
OK.
After 3?
Yeah, go on then.
3, 2, 3.
Go. So that's what that lump under your towel was. What's that?
Braised beef and red wine, totally delicious. What have you got in yours?
This is my tri-pie. You've got meat, potato, and then some greens on top. 3 layers.
Triumph.
Now, I like Henry's braised beef and red wine pie, but then I like Tom's tri-pie, meat, potato, and some greens on top. But which is better? There's only one way to find out. See you after the break. Come on, Mr. Tri-pie. Welcome back to TV Burp. Windscreen wipers sound like an elephant on Emmerdale. Dandelion sneezes on First Love. And Charlie Slater has a disappearing shirt on Celebrity Coach Trip.
Tonight, John and myself are going to vote for Paul and June.
It's been so hard. You know, you talk about loyalty, and I still feel loyalty. I still feel that we're friends, but it's been the hardest decision so far for me to decide.
It's not about loyalty.
It's quite rare, but every now and then one of the continuity announcers on BBC One lets slip their true feelings about a show.
First on BBC One, don't you just hate it when this happens?
Well, it's not everyone's cup of tea, doctors. What's happening this week?
Do not be too disappointed if you do not get the grade you hope for. It is just unfortunate you were unwell for most of Saturday.
Sorry about the mess I made on the floor of the toilet.
Hey, it is fine. The stain has gone, and the smell will only be with us for a few more days.
Maybe that announcer was right. Natural World jungle gremlins of Java now, which tracked down one of the world's rarest animals, the slow loris, and they do look cute.
Until recently, few of us had even heard of this animal.
Sweet.
In fact, the slow loris is the world's only venomous primate.
He tells me. I wasn't sure about it from the start. What does the expert think?
While others sleep, over 100 gremlins begin to stir. They are, without doubt, one of our weirdest relatives.
Well, you haven't met my Uncle Pat. And a big hello to everyone on the high security wing at Parkhurst. Weird animal? What makes him say that? Well, it's partly what's in his mouth.
Not just the world's only venomous primate. The slow loris also has 2 tongues.
Yeah, I've got 2 tongues. One for the sweet, one for the savoury. Which brings us to our Indonesian Poetry Corner.
TV Burp, Indonesian Poetry Corner.
Selamat sore, Ibu. Sore. Kita dari International Animal Rescue.
TV Burp, Indonesian Poetry Corner.
I was surprised to see a sausage trying to make a break for it on EastEnders last week. Get back. Elsewhere, Dot had a message from... I warned you. Elsewhere, Dot had a message for Whitney.
Dot. Holler at me, FB, on the streets of E20.
What are you on about?
Well, you don't rhyme too good, but he's trying, poor lamb. As a fine girl, wearing my chain, called Whitney. Hope she comes back to me, and not tea. Oh, I can't quite make out that bit.
Give me that. Well, what a hackneyed idea to give Dot a rap. Every time you do it, it turns out... Can't make out that last word. No. The best news on the square at the moment is that Heather has finally found love. Yes, her Andrew is back. Yeah, she's getting married and everything. Shirley is especially excited about it.
When did he ask you?
Yesterday.
Ev, you are going to look so beautiful in your wedding dress.
Not sure. But as Heather's fiancé arrives on the square, it's time for us to say goodbye to Jane, who is going a very, very long way away. In fact, I can't imagine that we'll ever see her again.
Who's in this book club?
Well, it's just me and Jane so far.
Oh, that's going to be a bit difficult, isn't it?
Is it? Why?
I think you should tell her.
Tell me what?
I'm so sorry, Tan. I'm leaving for Cardiff tomorrow.
Cardiff? It's 150 miles from Walford. Cardiff, 2 hours, 35 minutes by car. It's the end of the earth. Jane's been offered a job as a chef, but she's not sure. Well, it's a big decision to up sticks and move all the way to Cardiff.
You carry on like this and you are going to wake up and realise that you haven't achieved any of the things you dreamed of. And you had so many dreams. You know I'm right.
At least here people need me. I mean, what if I go to Cardiff and it doesn't work out?
Get the train back. There's 2 trains an hour into Paddington. It takes just over 2 hours, and at weekends or bank holidays, for just £10, you can upgrade to first class as part of Great Western's Weekend First deal. Weekend First is not available in advance to holders of advance tickets. These tickets can be upgraded on the train, subject to availability. But why would anyone want to come back from Cardiff?
Promise, you will go there and you will get everything you ever wanted.
It's all there for the taking in Cardiff. Everything you ever wanted. The streets are paved with gold. Go for it, Jane. Don't miss this opportunity. Grab it with both hands.
You ready, Mrs. Bill?
It's Miss Clark to you. From now on, I can be whoever I want.
Well, if you change your mind, there's a 10:25 straight back. Or if you miss that one, there's another one 5 minutes later. Change at Bristol Temple Meades. Of course, as it's a weekday, you won't qualify for your Weekend First upgrade. Channel 4's The Hotel now, which follows the everyday goings-on at Torquay's Grosvenor Hotel. And the stars of it this week were 2 pals from Wales, John and David. David was looking for a bit of female company. I thought that maybe he was a little bit rusty on the old chat-up lines.
Where do you work, then?
I work in a home for the elderly.
Oh,
Looking after oldies.
a lot of
All people does that now. Philly? Hey, do you go to the chicken farm there?
Where?
My chickens.
Oh, do you?
I used to.
Watch him go.
I don't do nothing now. I don't keep chickens, I don't garden. I just go out and drink every day.
Get your coat and your pull. Him and his mate turned out to be quite the music lovers. Oh yeah, so to burp us out, ladies and gentlemen, from Wales, it's John and David.
Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's growing strong. Hand, touching hand, reaching out, touching me, touching you.
Nando's. Thanks, fellas. That's all we've got time for. Good night.